My name's Duncan Emerton, and I'm the Senior Director for Syndicated Insights and Analysis at FirstWord. Today, I'm talking to Basharut Syed, Senior Analyst for FirstWord's cardiometabolic portfolio, about a new report that's coming out called KOL Insight Dyslipidemia. So, Basharut, PCSK9 protein inhibitors, Praluent from Regeneron and Sanofi, and Repatha from Amgen, are the newest class of drugs in cardiology. How do the KOLs view them?
Thank you, Duncan. Yes, there's huge excitement about these new products because after a long time, something has really shown the potential of adding on top of statins. You get something like 60 to 70% LDL reduction on top of the maximum dose of statin, which is huge. So within the general cardiology community, there's a lot of excitement about these products. However, we have to keep in mind that the impact of statins is not just on the LDL reduction, but they also show an improvement in the cardiovascular outcomes. So the main question is whether the PCSK9 inhibitors would be able to demonstrate an improvement in cardiovascular outcomes on top of statins, and how much is that impact going to be. CV outcome trials are currently underway for these PCSK9s, and the early indications are that they will be positive. Full data for these studies is expected sometime in 2018.
Okay, so there seems to be a lot of excitement around these products, but there must be some concerns that the KOLs have raised. I mean, are there any specific safety concerns with the PCSK9s?
Well, KOLs generally agree that the PCSK9 inhibitors are safe, they're well tolerated, and very, very efficacious. But there are some concerns about their long-term safety. Generally, that is not really known, and what the response of these antibodies is going to be. So the current data we have for these PCSK9, it only reads out for a few years. KOLs are concerned about the potential effects of injecting a substantial amount of a monoclonal antibody and the implication that it may have on triggering the immune system. Another thing that you have to bear in mind is that these PCSK9 monoclonals, the two antibodies are not exactly the same isotype. Therefore, the immune response may vary for the two drugs. So yes, the long-term safety with these PCSK9 remains unknown. Another concern that was raised by the KOLs was that the danger with these agents is that you could drop the LDL levels to well below 50 microgram per deciliter, which could have implications for the cognitive degeneration or memory loss or some other unexpected adverse events.
Okay, thanks for that. So these are biologics, they're monoclonal antibodies, they're bound to be expensive. I mean, is that hindering their wider uptake in cardiology?
Yes, very much so. The cost of PCSK9s in comparison to statin therapy is enormous. The two PCSK9 products are currently priced similarly, with the wholesale acquisition cost in the US amounting to something over $14,000-$15,000 per year for each of these agents. So physicians have to seriously weigh this factor in when they're prescribing these drugs to patients. So yes, the commissioning and the reimbursement decisions are largely determining their use in cardiology. Another thing that was pointed out by the KOLs was that the Pfizer's monoclonal Bocazumab, which is in phase 3, it appears equally, efficacious, and they're hopeful that it could provide the much-needed competition in the PCSK class and hopefully bring the cost down. But they also acknowledge that that may not be the case. Generally, they point out that the pharmaceutical companies tend to shy away from price wars, especially on branded products. So that remains to be seen.
Okay, thanks very much, Basharut. For all of you who have listened to this podcast, if you need any more information